Steve Kaplowitz for 600 ESPN El Paso here with Branch Rickey the third, as the big announcement made just moments ago about this city of El Paso getting a chance to host the 2019 AAA AllStar Game. And Branch, first off, it's great to have you back in town. Whenever you're here, it means something big is happening.
Oh boy. And I'm always glad to come here, whether it's for something big or not something big. I get a kick out of coming to El Paso. But Steve, thank you first off for having me on your program and for being so excited about what we think is really a premier event for all of minor league baseball. It doesn't matter which of the 16 leagues you're talking about. This is an event that has been growing in success every year, and of course the real undercurrent in this thing is it gives the Pacific Coast League another opportunity to show off the city of El Paso, to show off Southwestern University Ballpark, to show off the Chihuahuas to the rest of the nation and to minor league baseball.
You know, it's funny, we're getting ready for year 4 now of the Chihuahuas, and already in 3 years we've had a national championship game played here. We've had a Pacific Coast League champion as well from last season with the Chihuahuas. So, so many cities and so many franchises spend years and years hoping to achieve one of those goals. And for El Paso, I think sometimes fans don't realize just how fortunate this franchise has been to have the opportunity now to add the All-Star Game to its resume in such a short amount of time.
And I'm going to intrude on that and supplement it by saying, you know, those things don't all happen accidentally. They happen by a lot of good things combining together. And there are so many positive elements to what's going on. Of course, getting this ballpark built was a Herculean achievement. Would not have gotten done without the Mountain Star ownership. Mountain Star Sports Group would not have ever had a chance. It's out of that kind of prestigious leadership that then good things can begin to emanate. And the quality of the ballpark that's been built here, this ballpark, is something we're not only proud of as a league, but all of minor league baseball is proud of this. And I said earlier to Tim Haggerty that anywhere you go in minor league baseball, if people haven't been to a game here, they ask you about it, or they're wanting to come to El Paso to see a game here because they're hearing so much about what it's like. The combination that goes with that shouldn't be minimized is just incredible support that has emanated out of this market. The enthusiasm people have for the Chihuahuas, the energy they bring to the ballpark when they attend games here. It's a special experience. Even if you're, I don't know if I want to refer to myself as grizzled, but even if you're a long-time baseball professional and you come to this ballpark, there's a spark that just jumps into you.
How about a seasoned vet? Is that the best way to describe it instead of grizzled? A seasoned
I'm
vet?
sure behind my back it's described in many ways, but I'll take a seasoned vet. I enjoy a seasoned vet.
Okay, so for fans that have never been out to a AAA All-Star Game before, if you haven't traveled to other cities, what can you tell them right now that they would get to expect here in a few years when the festivities really start and get celebrated over a few days?
Well, it does, and there are, I am not quite sure of what some of the preliminary activities are, but it's just going to be AAA baseball on steroids, because the players that are going to be involved in the All-Star Game are the kind of players that you're going to see involved in All-Star Games in the major leagues down the road. These are the cream of the crop of across not just the Pacific Coast League, but across the International League. And there is no doubt but what last year I think, well, I'm going to speak more for 15 and 16. I believe we put over 120 players each of those 2 years into the major leagues for their debut from across just our league. There are that many players percolating from AAA into the major leagues. And these are not just the representation of those 120 or so that go up annually for their debut, but these are the cream of the crop. So seeing those, and there are going to be all kind of fun activities around that, utilizing the ballpark, and it's going to be a couple-day event of festivities that the All-Star Game will be the culmination of.
I think fans are always looking forward to the home run derby. That seems to be the one event that you get the best power hitters in the league, in both leagues, competing, and we all know how balls will at times jump out of Southwest University Park. I wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be fans on the streets on Santa Fe with gloves trying to get some balls.
There will be that. I was thinking to myself that one of the things I have enjoyed from year to year is seeing some amateur players from around the region involved in the home run hitting contest. And I haven't inquired here whether that is going to be part of the contest. But when you get the guys in AAA who have compiled these home run totals, and you get them at the plate, it doesn't lack for anything. So whether there are going to be some local high school players involved or not, amateur players involved or not, the home run hitting contest certainly has a tendency to bring people to their feet, because it can get pretty dramatic seeing some balls fly out of the stadium the way they do.
Branch, we're just a few months away from the start of the season, and obviously a lot will be happening here in El Paso and around the Pacific Coast League. Tell me what you do as far as the off-season goes. Some people are probably wondering, what is Branch Rickey III doing from the end of the season until the start of the next campaign?
Well, the unusual element of a league office is that in very many of our activities, we are not proactive but reactive. We are dealing with situations that arise that need our support or need our connectivity into trying to come up with solutions. Some of those can be new stadium issues in other marketplaces. Some of those can be changes in ownership that are going on, and others can be interrelationships with our major league brethren. So there's an awful lot that goes on behind the scenes that never really gets to the press very much. And the oddity is that sometimes the off season gets more busy than the regular season, because you take all of the club personnel that were so busy trying to carry out events during the season, and now they're inside and they're at their desks and they're coming up with projects. They're doing research and doing surveys. And all of a sudden, the emails quadruple and the phone calls increase, and the inquiries just are being generated during the off season. So we stay extraordinarily busy in what we no longer quite refer to as the off season. It's year round.
It's almost like the second season, really. You finish the regular season and the postseason, and you get to the second season.
Well, it's just as with at the ball club level.
Yep.
If you're running a good business, you're never dormant. If you're running a good business, anytime you have an opportunity to do something that is not demanded on one front, you've got a chance to either develop something new or to patch up and solve a problem that you didn't have time during a certain portion of last year to address. And that's the way the sports business has become wonderfully, wonderfully complex. And as you see the sophistication of some of the things that our teams are doing, it's wonderfully amazing.
Well, it's great to have you back in El Paso for this. We appreciate you spending some time with us, and I'll look forward to seeing you not only during the year at times, but also as we get set, because before you know it, 2019 will be here, and All-Star Week will be here in El Paso.
Yep, and we look forward to the fans of El Paso really turning on to the 2019 game and looking forward to supporting that. But based on historic precedent, there's not any doubt about how enthusiastic they're going to be.
Can't wait. Branch Rickey III with us here from Southwest University Park. We'll be back with more. 600 ESPN El Paso continues after this.